Here are J-Lo's shadiest comments about other stars.
Jennifer Lopez not only insulted Madonna, but also took a jab at another famous actress, Salma Hayek.
If that sounds crazy, it's because we are.
When she was asked about Madonna, she said, "Do I think she's a great performer? Yeah. Do I think she's a great actress? No."
By 1998, Jennifer Lopez had been in a few successful films, including Anaconda, Selena, and U-Turn.
Thank you, Bobby.
You're welcome, Grace.
You're not from around here, are you?
Given her current thriving acting career, Former magazine Movie Line profiled J-Lo, and she took the opportunity to talk about how great of an actress she was. Following comments of self-praise, the reporter asked Jennifer for her opinion on other actresses. She did not hold back. She was first questioned about Salma Hayek, who was reportedly initially offered the lead role in Selena's biopic. "We're in two different realms," J-Lo first said about Salma.
Jennifer suggested that Salma was lying about being offered the lead role in the 1997 biopic Selena before her.
"She's a sexy bombshell, and those are the kind of roles she does. I do all kinds of different things. It makes me laugh when she says she got offered Selena, which was an outright lie. If that's what she does to get herself publicity, then that's her thing." Wow. That is so shady, downright savage. Poor Salma. In 2020, while on an episode of Bravo's Watch What Happens Live, Salma confirmed that she was offered the role, but she turned it down. The actress said that the offer came just a week after Selena passed away, and she thought it was distasteful that a movie was already in the works. But what did she think of Jennifer's performance in the film? "I think Jennifer did a great job," Salma told Andy Cohen. "And I really didn't think it was for me." I think Salma Hayek's response was a lot more classy, to be honest. In the 1998 Movie Line interview, Jennifer Lopez also heaped shade on actress Gwyneth Paltrow and Madonna. The outlet's reporter asked Jennifer Lopez's thoughts on fellow actress Gwyneth Paltrow, and she seemed to blank on what movies Gwyneth had been in. She said, "Tell me what she'd been in? I swear to God, I don't remember anything she was in." Some people get hot by association. I heard more about her and Brad Pitt than I ever heard about her work. Shortly thereafter, Jennifer shaded Madonna's acting skills. She said, "Do I think she's a great performer? Yeah. Do I think she's a great actress? No." By the time of the interview, Madonna had been in a few films, including Four Rooms and Evita. Apparently, neither Gwyneth or Madonna responded to this, but sources have said that even 30 years later, Madonna hasn't forgiven her. She said that before the interview came out, she actually considered J-Lo a friend, but when it came out, it just showed her true colors. She was pretty hurt by this. It was a very long time ago, and J-Lo has since apologized for her comments, but honestly, it was a really mean girl thing to do. I'm sure from the time of this interview to now, she's probably grown up a lot since then. The entertainment industry can be a competitive and cutthroat environment where actors and actresses often go for the same roles. The pressure can sometimes lead to jealousy and resentment, but that was seemingly the case with J-Lo's comments about Salma, Gwyneth, and Madonna. However, it is important to remember that there's room for everyone in Hollywood, and that success should not come at the expense of others. I think people do genuinely appreciate kind-hearted comments. Although there's just something entertaining about seeing celebrities publicly feud. I'm sorry, I sound like a villain, but it's funny. If you're at all familiar with anything pop culture, then you're aware that Jennifer Lopez and Mariah Carey have had a very rocky relationship for over a decade. According to In Touch Weekly, the drama between the two began when J-Lo began working with Mariah Carey's ex-husband, record executive and producer Tommy Mottola in 1998. In 1999, Mariah said she disliked comparisons between her and Jenny as artists following Jennifer's role as singer Selena, noting that she lip-synced the songs. Years later, in the early 2000s, Mariah said, "I don't know her," when asked about her thoughts on J-Lo on a German television program called TAF. J-Lo publicly responded to Mariah Carey's comments on an episode of Bravo's Watch What Happens Live in 2014, saying she wanted to be friends. But a year later, at the 2015 Billboard Music Awards, J-Lo appeared to completely ignore Mariah's performance. Basically, what she did when Mariah was performing was she just scrolled on her phone. It was posted in a video published by TMZ. However, another WWHL episode, J-Lo claimed she watched most of the performance. Yet a year later, while on the Wendy Williams show, Williams referred to Mariah's "I don't know her" moment, and J-Lo took the opportunity to lightly return shade. "She's forgetful, I guess," she said. "We've met many times, I don't know." I don't know her that well. Jennifer Lopez is known for many things, including tearing up a dance floor and finding herself in a relationship. One of her famous romantic partners was Alexander Rodriguez, an infamous American baseball player. The two began dating in 2017, and he asked J-Lo to be his wife in 2019, but things fell apart for the couple in 2021. In April 2021, the two shared a statement with NBC's Today announcing their breakup. "We have realized we are better as friends and look forward to remaining so. We wish the best for each other and one another's children." That same day, though, eagle-eyed fans noticed that J-Lo liked an Instagram post shared by New York Times bestselling author R.H. Sin that called out the behavior of men who treat women poorly in relationships. What the post said was, "Don't make her think you care when you have never given an F about her," the post image said, paired with a caption that read, "Don't let them manipulate you. How many times have you been told I love you by someone who's continued to treat you badly?" It was rumored that the couple's relationship ended because A-Rod's alleged stepping out on the relationship, which led to J-Lo's distrust. The timing of the like on the Instagram post was deemed as a shady confirmation by J-Lo. So there was one time that J-Lo was supposed to perform and they found someone else because she couldn't do it, so they found Christina Aguilera. When J-Lo heard this, she said, "They found someone else. They found Christina Aguilera, I think." So a lot of people took that as shade, her saying, "I think." And because she did have a reputation at the time for being shady, they just ran with it. Digital publications like Billboard magazine, they took that narrative and they started publishing it. She debunked the claims in their comment section of the outlet's Instagram post, writing, "No shade at all, you shady SMDH, always want to start some mess, grow up." Several of her fans defended her words about Christina under Billboard's social media post, asserting her innocence. While J-Lo has devoted fans who love and support everything she does, her frequent cattiness has led her to become one of those celebrities that some people just dislike. With all of that being said, I would like to say that I am a J-Lo fan. I think she's beautiful. I think she's talented. And yes, she does get a lot of flack, but a lot of things get twisted as well. So it's good to remember that not everything you hear is 100% true. Some of these points might have been twisted into saying that she was more shady than she really was. Other points might be true. Of course, being famous means people are always talking, and J-Lo's had her share of haters. But let's be real, it doesn't always have to be true. Like I said, people exaggerate, people make stuff up, or they just hate because they're jealous. It's impossible to know what's 100% true about anyone, especially celebs like J-Lo, so don't believe everything you read, think for yourself.
Explicit photos of J-Lo and Diddy have just leaked onto the internet. There are many screenshots.
Jennifer Lopez photos and history with P Diddy get leaked. Jennifer Lopez has a long storied history with P Diddy, one that not many people may know. She was at his white parties, she dated him for a while, and it may go even deeper. J-Lo may know a bit more about his situation than most.
So much of my past.
Before Diddy became the subject of federal investigations, he was known for throwing legendary white parties in the Hamptons, hosting the biggest stars of the time in glamorous summer gatherings that embodied the peak of early 2000s celebrity culture. Photos from these parties resurfacing after his recent arrest show a variety of familiar faces mingling at his mansion in East Hampton.
Controversies surrounding Puffy and J-Lo. A couple of resurfaced photos from Puffy's.
The scene was filled with everyone from rising teen idols to fashion industry royalty, all dressed in iconic white outfits. And one of the most talked about photos from these parties shows Diddy lounging on an enormous white bed surrounded by pillows right next to his then girlfriend, the one and only Jennifer Lopez. This couple wasn't just a photo op. They were dating on and off between 1999 and 2001, during a pivotal moment in both of their careers. Their relationship became as much of a headline as their individual successes.
He was larger than life, but at first I didn't like him at all.
That July 2000 white party, like many of Diddy's events, was packed with a who's who of Hollywood and the music world. They were photographed alongside Kimora Lee Simmons and her then husband, Russell Simmons, as well as actors like Matthew Broderick and Sarah Jessica Parker. The iconic singer Aaliyah was also there, as was Leonardo DiCaprio, who at 25 was captured relaxing with Diddy and a few friends, sipping champagne in true Hampton style. J-Lo and Diddy's relationship, even outside of these parties, was always marked by a certain undeniable chemistry.
I didn't like him because Sean and I were very different that way, you know.
They weren't just a power couple in terms of fame. They were making waves in each other's professional lives too. At the time, J-Lo was skyrocketing to fame with hits like her debut album On the Six, which Diddy had a hand in producing. They were both at career highs, but their romance was known for its ups and downs, with the pair breaking up and reconciling multiple times. Their bond seemed intense and glamorous, but but as many high-profile romances go, it also had its darker moments. Their relationship took a particularly dramatic turn in December 1999 when the couple was involved in a high-profile nightclub incident that would end up shaping both of their lives in unexpected ways. The pair had been out for the night in New York City when an argument erupted between Jamal Shine Barrow, a young rapper mentored by Diddy, and members of J-Lo's security team. Before anyone knew it, the altercation escalated, resulting in a situation that left 3 people injured. When the police arrived on the scene, Diddy and J-Lo made an attempt to leave the scene behind, but they were soon stopped by law enforcement. A search of their car revealed a stolen self-defense object, leading to the immediate arrest of both J-Lo and Diddy. The aftermath of that night was crazy. J-Lo was released without charges, but the whole thing left a mark. For Diddy, however, the consequences were more serious. He faced a lot of legal stuff related to the incident, though he ultimately managed to avoid jail time. Reflecting on the impact of this night years later, J-Lo shared how odd and overwhelming it was to be caught up in such a situation. In an interview with Elle, she described it as a nightmare, recalling that she was scared and had no idea what was unfolding around her. J-Lo and Diddy's relationship didn't survive much longer after the nightclub incident, though it certainly left a mark on both of their lives. Their breakup was another headline maker, with J-Lo later opening up about the toll it took on her. In a 2003 interview with Vibe, she shared that her relationship with Diddy was the first time she'd ever been with someone who wasn't faithful, and she didn't hold back on describing the impact. "I was in this relationship with Puff where I was totally crying, crazy, and going nuts." She said, "It really sent my whole life into a tailspin. It was a painful period for her, one that showed the sometimes chaotic side of the celebrity lifestyle." Interestingly, Diddy wasn't the only person connected to J-Lo's music career who played a role in her personal life. Her first husband, Ojani Noah, also has a complicated connection to Diddy. Noah and J-Lo were married briefly between 1997 and 98, before her rise to mega stardom. But years later, Noah suggested that Diddy played a part in their split. He opened up during an interview with Despierta America, sharing his thoughts on how he believes Diddy's influence impacted his and J-Lo's marriage. According to Noah, things started to change when J-Lo began working on her debut album, On the 6, with Diddy as one of the producers. He felt the distance between them growing as she was traveling between New York, Miami, and other locations for her career, while he stayed in Los Angeles working on his own projects. In Noah's words, that's when he started noticing the deception and the lies that would eventually contribute to the end of their marriage. While they'd been working hard to balance their relationship, the pressures of fame and success proved to be difficult to manage. The fallout from his split with J-Lo continued to affect Noah's life even after their relationship ended. During the same interview, he reflected on how he believes J-Lo's actions post-divorce impacted his career. He said she had taken him to court, accused him of things he hadn't done, and even reached out to various companies and networks, which he claims led to lost job opportunities. He expressed frustration over the situation, wondering why she would go to such lengths when he felt he hadn't done anything to warrant that treatment. Meanwhile, J-Lo has kept her comments on Diddy's recent legal issues to a minimum. While the two certainly have a lot of history, both personally and professionally, she hasn't spoken out regarding the current investigations or his arrest. Given the tumultuous nature of their relationship and the highs and lows they experienced together, it's understandable that she might want to keep her distance from any fresh discussion surrounding him. Still, it's hard to ignore the lasting impact their time together has had on pop culture. The images from Diddy's iconic white parties, like the one of him and J-Lo on that lavish bed, are a reminder of the larger-than-life moments that defined the celebrity scene at the time. These parties weren't just gatherings, they were events that represented the glamour and excess of a particular era in Hollywood, and Diddy, for all the good and bad, was at the center of it.
Jennifer Lopez ruined her reputation and might not be able to fix it, according to sources. So, on top of her divorce from Ben Affleck, J-Lo has had an extremely hard year.
Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's relationship has come to an end after 2 years of marriage.
She also faced a slew of career blows, from her highly criticized documentary
Action.
I loved you so much.
and her album that failed to even make the top 30 of her newest film that completely tanked at the box office. In addition, Jenny from the Block also canceled what was supposed to be her massive comeback tour.
Her summer tour is officially canceled, and she may be losing out on a $90 million deal.
She also made an album dedicated to Ben called This Is Me Now, and called her old documentary The Greatest Love Story Never Told. It's embarrassing. She made such a big deal out of this dude that was just gonna leave her anyway. I do hope she realizes how incredible she is and that she doesn't need a guy to be complete. And while she said it was because she wanted to spend time with family, the cancellation came amid reports of low ticket sales. She faced an awkward moment when an interviewer made a blunt and rude comment about her age and the changes that she endured as of late. But she vowed that the best is yet to come. And honestly, it's rude for anybody to even be bringing up age. It raises the question, will Jennifer be able to bounce back from the multiple struggles that plagued both her personal and professional life this year? Now PR experts have weighed in and they agreed that it might be more of a short-term stumble than a career-ending year. Celebrity PR guru John Harris from Chicago, Illinois told DailyMail.com exclusively, Jennifer Lopez is no stranger to adversity. She's built her entire career on resilience and reinvention, and I don't see this moment as an ending. It's a pivot point. Jennifer had a strong 2023, and she starred in and co-produced the Amazon Prime comedy Shotgun Wedding, which was one of the most streamed films on the platform that year.
You invited your ex?
She also had a part in the Netflix film The Mother, which became one of the top-watched original films on the app of all time.
You just gonna vanish?
You put it with good people.
She launched her own spritz brand and footwear line in 2023, but her momentum came to a screeching halt in early 2024 when she released her new album, This Is Me Now. It certainly had a lot of buzz around it since it was her first album in a decade, which is why it shocked many people when it hardly rose on the charts. It reached number 38, making it J.Lo's first album to not make the top 20, and only sold 14,000 copies in its debut week. Critics were harsh on the LP, which was heavily inspired by her romance with Ben. The Guardian described it as hopelessly middle of the road, adding it offers very little outside of simply soundtracking a cozy night in Chez Bennifer. For all her promises to show us the real her, it's a struggle to see it in the slick and try-hard production, The Independent said. It was later revealed that the star was forced to finance the two films herself after all of her prospective partners pulled out, ultimately resulting in her forking over $20 million on the projects. In addition, Jennifer co-produced and starred in the sci-fi thriller Atlas, but that movie didn't go over well with critics either. Here are the worst moments from Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's marriage and divorce.
4 months after the singer filed for divorce from Ben Affleck, she's reflecting on the hardships that ultimately made her stronger.
Jen filed for divorce from Ben on August 20th, their second wedding anniversary.
This was a big deal, I think, for Ben. He embraced it as well and saw it happening.
J.Lo's behavior after her public split from Ben was a mess, and everybody was watching and judging.
Jennifer Lopez busts a dance move as she goes shopping with her child M amid her Ben Affleck divorce.
To deal with the heartbreak, she started posting pics of her behind. She started posting shady quotes on social media. This public display of what she was going through was seen as pretty classless, especially for someone as famous as she is.
Jennifer Lopez seemingly breaking her silence on filing for divorce from Ben Affleck.
But breakups are tough, especially when they're played out in public. It's important to keep your cool though and not act too impulsively. J.Lo's attempts to show off her body and rub it in Ben Affleck's face were not well received. Many people thought her actions were tacky and reflected poorly on her character.
I've always, for better or for worse, have followed my heart.
The whole thing was a reminder that even celebrities who seem to have perfect lives go through heartbreak and its messy aftermath. But it's also highlighted the importance of handling personal matters with grace and dignity, even while you're feeling super messy.
There's always a thing that you don't see coming. And just when you think you've got him, you realize that he's been playing you the whole time.
Social media can be a great way to express yourself, but it's important to hold back and not use it to air your dirty laundry or try to make someone feel a type of way. In the end, J.Lo's post-breakup behavior was a lesson to us all, showing the craziness of social media and the importance of keeping it classy even when things were tough. Another thing that stands out to a lot of people is the fact that she shared private love letters that he asked her not to.
I showed everybody this book. It is every letter and every email that we wrote to each other.
J.Lo's very active on social media, but Ben prefers a more private lifestyle, choosing to stay off social media completely. He also tries to maintain some type of privacy despite the fact that he's a celebrity. So when J.Lo shared those very personal declarations of love with the world, it was very messy. Ben, J.Lo's ex, was a bit salty about her showing love letters that he wrote to other musicians. They even jokingly called him Ben Affleck. He later admitted that it was kind of ironic and beautiful, like a greatest love story never told thing, especially since she was making an album about it. It definitely raised eyebrows and made people wonder if it played a role in their breakup. Ben also confessed that he initially didn't want their life plastered all over social media because their first relationship was already so public. But he eventually realized it wasn't going to happen. They were just two people with different views trying to find a middle ground. So right after J-Lo filed for divorce, some pretty bad stories about Ben Affleck started popping up. One source told People magazine in August 2024, 3 months after J-Lo canceled her tour amid rumors that their marriage was falling apart, that Ben's supposed mood swings were the reason for the breakup. They even hinted that he'd been showing everyone he wasn't happy. He was so unpredictable with these huge mood swings. I think he was trying to tell the press something, but he was still playing along, the source said. They also shared that J-Lo and Ben were trying to make it work, but with the constant mood swings, the highs and the lows, it created kind of a toxic environment. No one can help you, you have to help yourself. So he always kind of seemed sad in public and everyone was worried about him. Remember the time in May 2023 when he slammed the car door after opening it for J-Lo? That video went viral. It even became a meme. People were talking about their relationship, asking if Ben was okay. But J-Lo was confronted in an interview in January 2024 and she said, Ben's happy. A source claimed that Ben moved out of their Beverly Hills home in April 2024 without telling Jennifer. She was apparently blindsided when she returned from New York and he wasn't responding to her calls or messages. The insider said that the divorce could get messy very quickly. The couple put their shared house up for sale in July 2024 and started living apart. Ben quickly showed he was moving on. The worst part was that Ben was buying a new place in LA on Jennifer's 55th birthday party, which she celebrated in New York without him. A source told People they're moving on separately. Jennifer is looking for a new home to start fresh. They also said it had been weeks before they'd seen each other. Another source told Fox News Ben didn't come to celebrate Jennifer's birthday because they're done. Totally done. They're not getting back together. So when they finally decided to make the divorce official, J-Lo filed the papers on August 20th, 2024, which happened to be their second wedding anniversary. Talk about a statement. A source told People magazine that J-Lo was done waiting, and the timing of the filing showed that she meant business. Another insider told Page Six that J-Lo chose their anniversary on purpose to make a point about empowerment and standing up for herself. The official separation date on the divorce paper was April 26, 2024, but filing on their anniversary sent a bigger message than just the legal stuff. Apparently, she was also pretty embarrassed about the fact that she made such a big deal out of this dude, all for it to just end in divorce. The former couple had 2 wedding anniversaries as they initially married unexpectedly in Las Vegas in July 2022. However, they had a bigger, more formal celebration involving family and friends the following month. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's relationship reportedly got so messy, after her divorce filing, they stopped speaking. TMZ claimed in August 2024 that the once happy couple was no longer talking or texting, which meant their official split leg because they hadn't hired lawyers to help divide their assets. Fox News also claimed things turned sour with the source sharing, they are not communicating right now. If she wants to talk to his kids, she goes straight to the kids. Same with him. However, later that month, a source told People that Ben was no longer in touch with J-Lo's children, who she shares with former husband Mark Anthony. They claimed she still had a close relationship with Ben and Jennifer Garner's 3 kids, though, and J-Lo is thought to have a particularly strong bond with their eldest daughter, Violet Affleck. The fact that he has not seen their kids in a long time, it's like he left, but she is especially close to his kids, they said. There you have it, guys. J-Lo and Ben's breakup has been nothing short of a wild ride. From the dramatic social media posts to the personal love letters being aired out, it's been a lot to take in. We've seen the highs, we've seen the lows, the ups, the downs, all of the messy middle parts that come with such a public split. But at the end of the day, it's a reminder that no matter how famous you are, breakups are hard. They can get messy, they can get emotional, and sometimes they get out of hand. We've all been there, feeling hurt, wanting to make a statement, maybe even doing things we might regret later. J-Lo's post-breakup moves definitely raised some eyebrows, and it's clear that everyone had an opinion on how she handled it. But hey, we can't judge too hard, everyone deals with heartache differently. Ben, on the other hand, seems to be taking a quieter, more private approach to all of this, and that's probably for the best. He's been trying to find some peace after everything went down, though the tabloids and public speculation don't make it any easier. It's a sad reality that once you're in the spotlight, it's hard to keep anything private.